How you doing, Unlocking Paradoxes? I'm doing good. How about you? I'm just finishing off this piece. This piece is done, but I wanted to add a frame, my signature frame to it, and then I'm gonna add some more pop on the frame itself, and then I'm finalizing this piece. I'm still finalizing the series. At first, it still might be this name, um, but the series was titled Depths of the Mind. But I'm still finalizing that. This is part of a larger series with a couple other 30 by 30 canvases. I've got to let that dry a little bit, and then I'm going to go over that with some brighter blues and brighter greens. I'm just going to let that dry. How you doing, Amina? Hope you're doing well today. I'm just finishing off this piece by outlining the eyes with white, and then the teeth, and then should be done. How you doing, Christina? That's some sick ass art. Love your creativity, bro. For real. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you connect with the work. If you guys appreciate the work, make sure you share it live. Show all your friends, your family. This is my human experience, but I want everybody to have your own human experience through my work, whatever that should be in the moment. Man, I gotta say it out loud, or it's not gonna feel real, but who knows if it's not real though. You know what? I don't even want to bring it to light. Never mind. Actually, Doesn't even matter. Man, how do y'all feel about Banksy being revealed? Huh? Alright. Those teeth dry. Let's finish off this. Bro don't even need to have dreads. What do you mean by that? So is high key nonchalant for real. What do you mean by high key nonchalant? Look, I'm not over here trying to think, so please elaborate. That one I'm struggling with. All right. What's going on, Jordan? What phobia? Bro don't even need to have dreads. Yo, I wanted dreads too, and I still low-key want it, but problem is now is like I want my long hair. And if I get dreads, I might get fox dreads. Since I can take those off. But if I get dreads, then I'm never gonna be able to unlock it, so I like to have different styles. I wanna try fox dreads though. One of these days or something, I don't know. Fake dreads. I need something. I don't even want to keep up with this curly hair right now. How you doing, Saja? We're gonna try to make you number one. I appreciate the love. Saja boys, we love you. I don't know what Saja means. Do eyes scare you, chat? Eyes should never scare you. Those are the windows like to our soul. But that's very cliche in a way, but in essence it's the eyes of our experience, of our human experiences. Like processing your human experiences with different lenses, looking at situations with different perspectives. It's more than just the eye. It's the viewing things from a different angle, from a different perspective, seeing but not saying. There's a lot of things that the eyes mean to me as a whole. But eyes should never scare you. And if they do, let this be a moment to reflect on why. That's what I like to do. Nothing scares. Let me not say that. I'm still trying to figure out, I guess, the best words. Figure out what truly, truly scares me besides death of others. Not necessarily I. What type of question is that, Jordan? K-pop Demon Hunters is a movie. Okay. I kind of got that vibe, too. I'm not going to lie. Just because of my cousin. What did your... No, that's a great question. What do you mean? People... Everybody has their own perspectives. You know, if you're looking at a work and... Let's say just looking at this, right? Without analyzing it, all of the eyes might be overwhelming at once, right? You might just get a whole bunch of different thoughts. I know I would. Like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, whoa, like, it's just popping out. But then if you stop and you just read what I, try to just visualize the certain things that I put here, the words, the time, and just analyze it all for one, love. Even I lose track of every single message that is in there because in essence it's not always about seeing what the message is. Sometimes it's just about putting it down for me, processing it and letting it go. So the message is sometimes just letting go of whatever it is that you might need to let go or didn't know you needed to let go in that moment. So hopefully by looking at this piece, it can remind you of that and many other pieces of mine as well that implement that psychology or that philosophy, whatever you want to call it. The philosophy and then there's the psychology of perspectives. Trash. I did that to amplify that message of just putting down your thoughts and just letting it go. You almost have to lie to yourself, even through whatever thoughts you are going through, and just say they're trash. Because sometimes you just can't control what comes to your head, but you have to balance out what's real, what's not. And even if it's real, it doesn't have to, it shouldn't have to affect your mental. What does this piece represent to you guys? Let me know in the chat if anybody wants to share their thoughts. As I let this dry a little bit, then I'm gonna probably go over it with some black right now. Maybe. Just to get it going and finish it off, because that's the last piece. Then we're gonna have to let that dry. Possibly put some shapes on the frame itself. See how it goes. That piece over there I'm about to take off. Some green. Alright, we're gonna let that dry. I need to add some green. And then green halo. Let me know how this piece makes you guys feel. Let me know in the chat if you guys feel comfortable sharing your thoughts about any of my pieces. Definitely let me know. What's WSG chat? Why are you removing chats? Nah. I appreciate everybody in here. If you're a mod, appreciate you. If you remove chats, though, I'm removing you. If you remove chats that are positive, I mean. If they're not negative and you just removing chats. I love y'all, though. This one makes me think of content evolution. Interesting. Shit. I don't know. I mean, for me, you know what I mean? There is evolution through it, though. Like, in essence, yes, there is well, there's always evolution, right? For me, it's always like finding that light. But sometimes I'm not. What I'm trying to say is like this feeling here, I'm not fully. The best word is like. Like, I'm not fully there yet. Like, I'm aware of everything that I've spoken here, thought about, and I'm processing this new normal. Or is it the new normal. Just feeling what I've personally been feeling for so many years. Um, they only said, "What's WSG chat?" Yeah, it was good chat. That's what I mean. But somebody removed it. Oh, they redacted it. Never mind. I thought somebody else did it. All right. You got it. See? That's why context is always good. What's good, chat? I'm assuming. Ah, shit. Nah, bro. Nah, I don't know if nah. I'm gonna trust my gut because I swear somebody removed that chat. On my end, it said Jordan removed the chat. But either way, it's not a big deal. But I just don't, I don't need, I just want everybody to vibe out to the art, keep it respectful and just keep it positive and let people chat just without being negative. Also, if you misclick sometimes, you can actually remove something too. Yeah, for sure. So I didn't know it will do that. See, I told you. I didn't know it would do it. Well, this is not the time to be playing around with the chat. I enjoyed it. Nah, just playing. Nah, you good. But yeah, context is always good. I try my best. When I feel like sometimes I feel like fuck context, bro. Like you take it for how you take it, cause sometimes people just like to twist up things, and it's not our job to put context where what I'm saying, where you feel like you just don't want to. I'm at like that phase is like I don't gotta explain unless I really want to. When it comes to my art, I want to explain, but I just mean in a general, overall sense. But, you know, context is always good, though, to avoid confrontation. What I'm saying? Like I said, um, should the situation call for it, right? Stop saying that, Jordan. I'm gonna put you back as a mod. All right, you're standard mod right now. Don't apologize. Nobody apologize. I don't know, bro. It's okay to apologize in life. Just don't apologize to me, bro. Like, it's nothing to apologize to me. I was just saying that with my experience as a moderator, that I have accidentally removed comments, but I wasn't sure if they did that. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's trolls out here, and I don't want that as well. Stop. Don't say that, Jordan. But I'm gonna trust my instinct again. Just trust my instinct. I appreciate everybody sharing their art as well on the community page. I see that Amina is a pretty good sketch artist. I wonder if you have your own style within that too, that you're not showing. Would you say you have your own style, Amina? Would you say you have something like your own style? Or how do you see art? Let's talk about that. Let's talk a little bit as pieces are drying and shit like that. I got these two pieces here that I'm just gonna add some color to that halo. Then we're cutting those pieces. Why do you say that? Do you practice what's it called? Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Shit, I'm having a brain fart. But I'll see if it comes to me. So why do you ask that, Unlocking Paradoxes? Have you been feeling agitated or something this morning? So is everything going okay? Oh, I'm 100% agitated, but personal reasons. But as you could tell, I don't know, maybe you can't tell because, nobody really knows, like, My like, I don't know. I have different tones, This is kind of like a normal. It's like a normal upbeat kind of tone. He gave me mine for like, and I'm back to the beginning here. Do you think that the artist and what the consumer see is always different? Because a lot of times people will see something. Honestly, be truthfully honest, everybody who has truly said anything about my work and has put thought into it has always um, been relatable to my overall vision and to why I create. Like, my work to me so far does exactly what it needs to do for the most part. When for the most part, I haven't, what I'm saying, everybody who has put a thoughtful intent into what they're saying about my work, I have not. I've always received a conversation out of it. I can always yeah, I can always relate to it in some type of way, because it's supposed to make you feel, it's supposed to make you think, it's supposed to make you think outside the box or in the box or whatever it's supposed to make you feel. Happy birthday, meme legend. No disrespect intended at all, just wanted to make sure that you're okay. I mean, nah, that's not disrespect, just looking out for you. Just mild different tones in someone's voice can reflect something. Nah, I have a lot of different tones in my voice. I think I don't know. Uh, I have a lot of different tones. I don't. I don't really know how to explain that. Like, there's some days my tone is just a little calmer. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm having like a bad day though. It's just. It's just my overall mental health like state at that moment. But it doesn't always reflect like how I'm feeling in the sense of um, you know, bad or good or indifference. Because personally, I'm going through personal things, but my tone, I don't believe reflects that. I'm very aware of that, right? Like at this current moment. Very true points. Excuse me. Nah, that's not being ignorant. I think it's a good conversation. I think it's I'm what's it called? I love psychology, and that's something that speak I speak through my art. There's a lot of works that I've dug deeper into the psychology, as well as this work that you're looking at now. I mean, it represents my own psychology, but also I get to dig deep into other psychology. So it's not ignorance. Like, for instance, the tone of somebody's voice is psychology, and you can study that because a lot of times, for instance, when you're studying somebody to see, if they're lying or telling the truth, you try to look for like a baseline of who that person is and how they react to certain things. It's all about that baseline. And but even then, what I'm saying, your baseline, I don't feel like is always valid, because I don't feel like I have a baseline. Like, I think I'm aware of certain feelings of mine, and so it's like if I feel down, like I don't necessarily want to continue that day around people. If I'm around people, or whatever the case may be, in that mood, I'm gonna try to heighten up, you know, my intentions throughout that day the best I can. Sometimes the voice can reflect that, and sometimes the voice just reflects my self processing and trying to just trying to be in the moment. Something told me I should join the stream tonight instead of going to bed. One emotion doesn't define the day because it can fluctuate. Exactly, and that's what I mean. It's like it's interesting thought. It's an interesting thought though. Like, that's not ignorant though. Sheesh. Don't say that though. That's like a very good question, because sometimes we do base I think deep down inside, we can hear somebody's tone and see where they're at. Like I'm very good at reading a situation or just reading people in those type of situations or whatever. Like I'm very just natural at that, so I can see like even with you coming with that, you're seeing more than a tone. You're feeling, or just I don't know. You could be looking at my work as well sometimes, and I think that too. Like sometimes I'm creating works. Like this work here is an older work with newer thoughts that I put here in 2026, but this work is from 2020. Don't quote me, I have to look it up, but let's say 2023. I don't think I wrote it yet. Or 2024. Let's just say one of those two. But I don't know. It's like the emotions. Me reflecting on the So, for instance, like it's me reflecting on my past emotions, right? With this piece specifically, let's just say while utilizing my present emotions within the same thought. But this is 2 years in the past with a lot of the same feelings, every feeling that I still feel today, 2 years later. So, and within that, I was able to process certain things within that. And when I wrote Dear Diary here, this is just something in 2026 I did yesterday on live that I was just being honest with myself of how I really felt in that moment, and just wrote it down, and that's it. It's you know the negativity in it until you get to know you're not. But at the end of the day, you got to be real with yourself. Like it's not about, for me, it's speaking through my art. But in real life, you want to notice these thoughts and then let go of them. So it's like this is me having a conversation with myself, and then at the end I say, "No, you're not," because sometimes I'm having these, I might have these negative thoughts, these creeping thoughts, and then at the end, I'm noticing it, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm better than that, though. It's not real. It's just another thought." And sometimes you have to do that. You can't ignore it. If you ignore it, and you're ignoring your reality. In my opinion, do you go through tough times that you don't want to go anywhere? Every day, all I do is do art. Family, yeah. I don't know. All I do is do art. I hope I get to a point where I could show. I get to a point where it's gonna get there. I don't think I know. A lot of people who have the people who have purchased art for me in the past know my journey, and they know how long how much I create art. So it's like I don't even it's not even about me not going wanting to go anywhere. I rather be what I'm doing now. And yeah, usually when I don't want to go somewhere, it's me trying to avoid situations. Um as I'm getting older, I'm trying to learn that when you're going out or you're going to places, that it's okay to not indulge in full on personal conversations about yourself. It's okay to say no to a question. If you get what I'm saying, it's okay to not want to answer things, and I think sometimes we avoid social situations because we don't want to speak about certain things, and a lot of us don't know how to say no when we're in a conversation. We feel the need that, like, if somebody asks us something, we need to answer it, and a lot of times coming across saying, I don't want to talk about that, or
You know what I'm saying? It's just not something I want to talk about and whatever. A lot of people don't know how to take that, you know. Depends on who you're speaking to, but in overall sense, in a social setting, we think we need to give ourselves to everybody, and all we need to do is just be us, and that's it. There's always somebody out there, people out there who are just like you, using your work to connect with others. Yeah, that's one thing. And that was, later on, for me, obviously, in my journey. Like, when I was going through things at first, I remember being in the same studio, creating this way, but on paper, on clothing, um, but it was everywhere. This is me putting everything together after a decade of just creating. But in the beginning, like, I was just creating, and along that way, I found people who connected with my thoughts and who connected with my authenticity. And I realized that it became more than just my message. It was me being honest and allowing others to see that. And if you could relate to it, or if you could just feel something, or it just sparks a conversation, for me now, I that's that's what I want each piece to do. And it allowed me to find comfortability and knowing that I wasn't alone in just having whatever thoughts I was having. Although everybody's thoughts are going to be different, I remember even during that time, I had to search for pastime artists who were just like me in thought, who were going through mental health, mental illness journeys. And literally, I had to look it up to feel comfortable in what I was creating, because to me, it just felt too dark. It felt like, I don't know, like people just didn't need that. Like, and to be honest, I was being too honest in the public eye, because a lot of people just didn't really know me until I started really didn't know that part of me, I guess, until I really started creating, until I started painting. Yeah, I'm still learning, I'm still learning, like, yeah. But now I try not to say too much in a conversation, or I try not to even, yeah, like, I try not to say too much, if in a sense, I try not to go there. Like, if um if there's questions I don't want to be asked, I try not to go there as well, because if I'm going there, then what the hell? You can't ask something and then not expect to be asked that back. So it's just kind of a balance, and kind of being aware of your thoughts in that present moment before you speak. It might sound like you're overdoing it, like, oh, you're overthinking your thoughts, but it's 100% needed. Like, if you want to, until it becomes second nature. But it definitely said I'm working on. It's a little easier. It's almost like I'm waiting for the moments to say, "Oh, I don't really want to speak about it," but I don't know the. Sometimes I don't know the best way to say it. Because my thing is, we're always looking for the best way to say things, and sometimes just saying it should be enough. But people are so something else sometimes, that, like, you try to be the better. You try, bro. Like, you try, and that's what I can say. Sometimes sometimes we don't say the right things. It is what it is. We're not perfect. This is turning out to be more of an interactive stream, but I like this, guys. Like, I love these type of streams too. When they feel natural enough. It's almost like a group, a group speaker session is dope. Speaking through the art, with the art. it really allows me to know where everybody is at. Like, I know you guys aren't the world, but I always say, well, like, my thing is having one person connect is all you ever need, because that means there's somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. It's just how do you reach more souls? So I feel like all right. Anyway, I appreciate you, so, and I appreciate you for being here in the stream. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who's engaging, who's just enjoying the art. I want these to be, me live painting as well, but also when I'm talking, be a live exhibition. Tune in, look at the art, whatever's up on the screen. It's like a live museum in progress works. And you know what I really love that I found out recently? I don't know if you guys know about Mark Rothko. Um, but he has a Mark Rothko chapel, and I never knew about it, and I love his work. Like, I love his mind. I just love his message, and I think a lot of people who don't like his work, his simple work, doesn't they're not they're not looking in between the lines. They're not looking at his mind. But the Rothko Chapel is all based off of his works that he did, those expressionist slashes, with his brush of color or different colors. In this case, for example, in his chapel, he had all black and whites at one point with that style, and they're all around the room. And the whole purpose of the Rothko Chapel is to sit there and meditate and endure in all of the art, and to allow it to make you dig deep into yourself. They say there's a type of energy when you walk into the Rothko Chapel and you see all those paintings and you just start reflecting on yourself. People go there just to cry in front of his paintings. And after hearing that, it's like, I always speak about, and for when I had my first show in New York based off of my digital paintings and NFTs, it was a beautiful thing because that was my first time having a in-person show and speaking to people up front with my art right there and speaking about my art just like how I'm speaking now. And when I found out about the Rothko Chapel, and that excuse me, and that people go there literally just to cry in front of his work and to reflect, I was like, that's literally like what I want right here. Like, I want people just to endure in the art the same way, to be able to be themselves. Yeah, you should look up the Mark Rothko Chapel, the Rothko Chapel on YouTube. It's amazing, amazing concept. I mean, shit, I'm surprised. I've never that I didn't hear about it till this week. Yeah, man, it's more than just an art chapel. It's literally a church. It's a chapel, and but it's a chapel that he opened, his foundation. He opened it while he was still alive. And the whole point was it to have his art all around the room, how it still is today. And you can go there and just pray or do whatever you need to do, reflect and just endure in the art that's there. And people go there just to cry. Like, so it's just amazing. It's amazing that, they feel that energy in the room because shit, it was his intent. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And it's literally after I saw that, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna open up the Della Soul Child Chapel, but I'm thinking of ways now to implement some type of experience like that. Like, I'm always speaking about the human experience, and I'm thinking about I don't know, I'm thinking about bringing a real experience called the human experience, and having works shown in a way to where I can display that type of feeling. That's definitely something I'm going to think about. I would love to work with mental health agencies too, and I don't know. These are just things in my head that I would love to do in the future. I just think my work is. I mean, not I think it is. Based off of. You're not banned, Jordan. If you were banned, you wouldn't. Yeah, it's probably. I don't know, but you're not banned, Jordan, or you wouldn't be able to even be here. You wouldn't be able to comment. I mean. You good, Jordan? Yeah, I think that's the most. I'm reflecting on that now. Like I have to visit that chapel now. I have to visit that chapel. That's a goal. Where is it actually? I don't even know where it's at. Let me see something. Oh shit! No way. That's in Houston, Texas, bruh. Oh, I'm going there ASAP. Why didn't I know that was in Houston, Texas? Hmm. Well, that's dope. So the Rothko Chapel is in Houston, Texas. That's amazing. I don't know why I thought it was in another country or something. Sheesh. I had family who lived there, but they moved out. So that would have been dope to be able to visit them if they still live there. But either way, uh, one day, I gotta go. Today is EID. What's EID? What's EID? No problem. I mean, I hope you have a good night and a good sleep. Was Amina like 4 people? Cause as soon as she left, 4 people left. Like that was funny. just wanted some texture on that green. And then we'll just highlight that with some black. How you doing, Gunner? I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you connect with the art. What's going on, Gunner? Hope you're having a good one. What do you see in this piece? How does it make you feel? Damn, yo, this weather don't know if it wants to be cold or hot, bruh. I'm good. I'm good with it just being hot already. I beat the winter, but like, whew. Next year though, man, I'm trying to rent out a studio. Next year we're gonna try to rent out a studio with YouTube. Make a whole YouTube production. That would be a nice, I don't like to say goal, it's just a nice thing to do. It's supposed to be spring, but it's still cold out. Facts. Facts. Oh man, let me not think about it though. I mean, it could be colder, but like, and then I bought the worst heater. I mean, I should have brought this back, and I just was scared of the other one. But this is not meant for outside, or at least for the way I needed to. I hope that you can get the studio and all that. Man, I hope so. But I'm blessed and you know what I'm saying, I'm grateful to have what I have right now. But I need it's just obvious well, not obvious to you guys, but I do need that growth. Whether it's that or just another place in time again. Oh yeah. The goal is always the art first. Another studio is less important. Truthfully honest, pieces don't necessarily take me a long time to create. Like, this body of work and different pieces here that I speak about um, from the past 4 years, there's a lot of pieces that are already completed within a lot of these series and collections and different things like that. Um, there's just other works that are a part of them that I haven't fully truly released every. I haven't released everything at all, like officially. Um, but works don't necessarily take me a long time. I'm usually done with the idea and um, I'm usually done with the overall idea of it in that moment. And then it progresses from there. So for me, it's not like about how long a piece takes me because I'm always working on multiple pieces at once. So, for instance, I've worked on, let's say, like 40 pieces before I finish this one piece. I'm just throwing out a number, but it's probably around there, or maybe even more. But the other piece was already done. I just needed to do a couple more outlines or whatever, but I just didn't want to finish it. Like at that point, it just, I guess it sometimes it just doesn't feel right or um, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I mean, there isn't like a pieces that take me a long time because they take me a long time. It just depends on the moment. But yeah, I've allowed myself to take more time specifically within these last 4 years because that's truly where things changed internally for me and I started approaching things different in my artist journey, and taking other areas a little bit more serious. I just wanted to elevate. And so after you, let's say, after you specifically are able to see all of these bodies of works of 4 years plus ongoing works from 2026 and then ongoing, it's gonna be a lot different in the sense of how I'm releasing works and how often I'm releasing works. Like it's gonna be a lot more often. Let's just put it like that. But I've allowed myself to create this body of work to represent me as an overall excuse me, as an overall artist and every body, every piece of artwork is truly um, is truly within my style, and I've created a true body of work that represents De La Soul Child. That is an impressive thing to be able to focus on all those type of pieces. Yeah, I have a lot of pieces, like a lot. But yeah, that's how my mind works. I work, and I work within emotions. So while I'm working on one piece, my thought isn't finished with just that piece. So I allow myself to flow to other pieces while I'm working on just one piece, and it allows me to work now in series and different collections, and it allows me to put a thought into multiple pieces to create a larger body of work related to that. That's a new way of how I approach my work as the years have gone. Rather than I have my space where things are scattered and those have their purpose, but in between, all of these are part of their own series, their own collection, their own thought, their own their own thoughts. And as personal as they are for me, everything is there's a mix, like for example, the piece that you see here, that's a series based off of the word awareness. And that was a term that I learned while creating multiple other pieces during that time. And I started digging deep into the word oasis and how that reflects and how that represents, if that represents anything of myself. And I realized that my oasis is art, is through the chaos of life and just daily human experiences. I was creating in my own oasis. So I dug deeper into a series and a collection based off of that term. So the term for me reflecting and studying in that moment and listening to different podcasts, listening to music based off of Oasis, and then creating my vision along that way, and then adding those other elements like Oasis, writing Oasis on the canvas, and creating, like, I created a small poem on one of them, and then this one is just based off of a different type of Oasis, love Oasis and sensual Oasis, and this one digs deeper into that thought process. So for me, it's yeah, that's my art, Ellie. How you doing? Yeah, so for me, it's now as an artist, I like to dig deep into my own psychology, but also dig deep into psychology as a whole, and to yeah, and to basically see to learn things that I wasn't aware of before that represent my overall vision in that moment or the artwork. Oh, yes, I do, Ellie. If you're interested in any pieces or just interested in speaking more about my works, we could set up a video call. If you just email me at delasoulchildart@gmail.com. I am re-releasing my website as well. There's no official date for that. I'm currently finalizing a lot of different behind the scenes works, and just a lot of different private things for the website. But if you would like to speak more on my art, yes, you can email me at delasoulchildart@gmail.com. I'll be releasing prints as well very soon. I'll be doing my first run of prints ever. Still finalizing the piece. I think I might have finalized the piece just to represent my overall journey. But we'll see where that goes. And then along that way, we'll be looking for shows, different exhibitions to show different canvases, different works, and releasing prints based off of all of my works as well in different stages, different phases. Right now, the most important thing is the art itself. Just working on this body. Personally, I can't wait to release a whole body of work of canvases and wearable art that I've been working on behind the scenes as well. That's gonna be a nice just a nice release ongoing. That's it. That's done. Oh, I do have to add that halo though. I mean, some colors to that halo. Thank you. Yeah, I've been painting on clothing for years. That was the first medium that I started with. That's I've been selling my art on clothing for all these years. And then I started transitioning, to just putting more intent into my canvas work. And now my my wearable art has evolved in the sense of just being more aligned with my canvas work as well, and just more aligned with my art again, in a different way, rather not again, because basically I was really like painting, just utilizing clothing just as my canvas. I mean, for me, all of that, all of the clothing that I've sold are art pieces within itself. But going forward, the wearable art is going to be presented the same way as I'm presenting my canvas art as well. They're all going to come with certificates of authentication and presented as one of ones. Same way I was doing before, one of ones, but presenting it that way. Fine art through my fine art campus as well. Do you have any tips or wants to start a painting on? You just started. Like you literally just started. I mean, if you paint already, you just paint on clothes. No. Um, best dyes and paints. There's no there's no best dyes, and I wouldn't say there's any like best dye, because dyes are just to make a fabric a different color, so you can use any dyes that make. I wouldn't use bleach because eventually, what's it called? Your shirt will start to rip later down the line automatically. Paints for fabrics, yeah, fabric paints, screen print paints, and then I like to use. I don't like to give all my secrets out now, but there's one product I really like to use that's done me fairly well. But yeah, I mean, if you want to paint on clothing, you just start painting on clothing. You got to do trial and error, see what works for you. But at the end of the day, if you want to start right, I would just get um, fabric paints, or just get overall screen print paints. Screen print paints that you would normally use to screen print clothing, but instead you're just going to use that as your base layer of paint. That would be the simplest way I would say. Just use that and water it down. But truthfully, if you're using, you're just, painting on shirts, cotton shirts or something like that, you can water down almost any paint and paint right on the clothes. Just make sure it's watered down to where the paint is seeking into the cotton shirt itself, instead of having it like a screen printed shirt where you're actually feeling the texture of the paint. After you wash it, everything will be just a part of the cotton shirt. Like, you shouldn't feel much of the paint afterwards. It would just be a part of the shirt almost. That's a technique as well, but you have to wash the clothes after. I've also I gotta get a new one, but you can do it other ways too. But I make sure to heat. I use the heat press to just heat cure your paint afterwards, or you could use a heat gun as well. Definitely want to heat cure it as well. You could air dry it. It's gonna take longer. And then I would say trial and error. I have clothes that I did 10 years ago in 2016, so they're still alive today. So I did something right, and I've washed them hundreds of times. Almost better than shirts that I've bought. I'm not gonna lie. Depending on the techniques you use, like anything, you're gonna get fades, this and that, but it depends too. Like I said, depends on how you make it. If it's thick, if it's light, so many different ways you can go about it. At the end of the day, though, I approach my wearable art like art. You know what I'm saying? Um, Back in the day, I mean, still to today, I mean, it's art. Like, you paint what you paint. Um, you're not taking this hat and throwing it in the wash or whatever, but like, you technically could, like, you could take soap to this, wash, take a nice cloth to it, wash it down. This is made with screen print paint. This one specifically, and I love the texture of this one. This one you could feel the paint on the jean jacket. You could feel the paint a lot with that one. With another jean jacket, that one is more soaked into the jean jacket itself. So that one is lighter, more watered down. And that one I had since 2017. A little bit of, 2016, 17, and I was just added things to another jean jacket I'm talking about over the years. I'm gonna add some final touches. 2016. Thank you for elaborating speaking on it for me. It really means a lot to me. I've spoken to over the years. Try gatekeeping information. I don't know, bro. I don't know what. Either way, you could tell people. I don't know. I'm like, it's not even about gatekeeping, because honestly, like, I don't say everything either anymore. Like, I learn when I want to and don't, because to be honest, at this stage in my life, like, I've been doing art as a self-taught artist, you know what I'm saying? And if you know what I'm saying, everybody is not entitled to teach, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a teacher, like, and most artists are not a teacher, so it's not their job to sit there and, like, I don't call it gatekeeping. I call it, like, it literally took me over 10 years, 12 more years to understand my craft. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like it took me this long. So it's like, you can't expect other people to just sit there and now, like, spill out all this information when it was a gradual, thing. Obviously, sometimes certain information could take you from step one, say from step 1 and step 10 to just give you to step 1 but at the end of the day, everything's going to be experimentational. But yeah, I love giving out information when I feel when I feel like it's when I feel like it's appropriate. And sometimes, what's it called, so in the past, and this is when I learned, I've had in the past artists, like living artists who are practicing artists, selling works, contact me asking me the same thing about clothing. I remember when I was living in Florida, and this experience brought me to light, because I was like, shit, like, it's not my job to teach you. Like, I remember, so, like, I was the same way, look, like, I always say, anyway, you ask, and you don't know the answer you're gonna get unless you ask. So the worst you can get is a no. You know what I'm saying? And never take it like disrespectful. If somebody doesn't really, want to talk about like fully, but I remember in the past I never went into detail about something. I don't know. I was very respectful too. You know what it was too? I don't even think I answered right away. I don't know. People are just wild, bro. But the point of the fact is that they got upset. Like they blocked me, everything like this, and it's arrogant. Like so that made me look at things like it's not my job. Like by then I was already doing that for so many years, and then that artist started doing this, started creating it on clothing or whatever. But like, it's not nothing new to create on clothing. But you know, to go about it that way was just weird. You know, the weirdest thing I've ever. I mean, not ever experienced, but you're real. I try to do. I try to. Yeah, I'm always as authentic as I can be. When it comes to my art, but when it comes to like, life like that, you got to be careful who you bring into your world, and I realize that as an artist. I'm here to create my world as an artist, and when you start allowing energies in, you start, you know, just doing things you don't want to do and feel obligated, you start to feel someone else. Some artists don't want others to learn. Nah, like I said, like I said, I'll be honest, like I'm not an open book. Like I'm not. I work, you know what I'm saying? I put in a lot of hours. Um Not to learn art. Like I put in a lot of hours because this is what I rather do than like watch TV, you know what I'm saying? So it's like my time and then also my time to actually create a body of work, and then also the other extra time I also utilize to create artwork. So, I'm an open book when I feel like it's appropriate. Like if you're a younger artist, I 100% love to bring out my experiences, and if I can help a younger artist, but sometimes you got to be careful what, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to let people find their own light is what I'm trying to say. When you get deeper into like I don't know. When you get deeper into like into your craft and into your world, you start to realize that every artist is not what's it called? Every artist is not a good person. Like that's really what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? I used to put all artists on a pedestal, like, but at the end of the day, I appreciate all art. I don't appreciate all people, just like you know what I'm saying? Just like in my regular life. So I approach that the same way I approach artists. I love all artists' work, but doesn't mean I have to like you as a person. So it's like that brings me back to who am I helping? Who am I speaking to? Is this conversation worthy of, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that like, and you've been a good person, like, as far as, interacting with me or whatever, like obviously we don't know each other personally, but I understand what you're saying. I'm just speaking on it from things I've seen with gaming as well. People will learn a glitch. Yeah. Well, yeah. I hear you for sure. You just gotta look at it from a perspective of like, I mean, I don't know. I'll put it like this: if I was really into gaming and it took me a long time to learn something, I'm definitely not going to give somebody else an advantage that I have an advantage over you, because that's the whole point of gaming. You get what I'm saying? It's like being in the NBA and you're LeBron James, and then Michael Jordan is about to play against LeBron, and before the game, Michael Jordan asked LeBron, "Yo, I noticed you do this move every game that gets you like 20 points every time. It always happens. You think LeBron's gonna tell you that? No, because that's gonna put you ahead of his game. At the end of the day, like it's not. You got to look at it from that perspective, right? With skateboarding too, I've shown people how to do tricks that I work on that aren't common. And that's, that's good. But like I said, key word here is tricks that I work on that aren't common. So keep it for yourself. Because if they're not common, that means you have an edge over somebody else. Right? What I'm saying is that like everything I gotta be but if that's your choosing, just be just be okay that um somebody else can now take that information and do what they will with it. Right? It's like giving somebody your secret sauce, and then you can't you can't get mad if they come back and take that secret sauce and do it better, or just utilize it more than you have, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that can happen. Now you lost the game. If you're playing Madden, shit, I don't want them to know. But no, I feel you though. But like I said, it all depends on the situation. If I'm there to actually explain something like that, then I'm there for that. That's just me being, honest. That what you made me think of. You're absolutely right though. Like secret family recipes. Exactly. That's funny. Exactly. Like if you have a family recipe and you're the only restaurant that has that family recipe, you can't tell somebody the family recipe. That's what makes your restaurant. So it's like, and for me, you can clearly see my art. So if you want to copy it, go ahead. But it's not gonna be your art. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to add something to it to make it yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I mean, that's just how I look at it. Like, you got Cubism, Picasso, Cubism, if you want to point it like that, and then you add your own twist to it. As an example, I'll be right back. I need to put something in the oven. I'm starving. I'm gonna shut off the stream. I'm gonna tune in after I put this in the oven. Is there a difference between inspiration and stealing? Some artists don't practice boundaries. How you doing, cartooning with Chris? I appreciate you tuning in. Some artists don't practice proper boundaries. So, is there a difference between inspiration and stealing? Inspiration and stealing. Well, I think there's a fine line, but like, yeah, I mean, look. Here's the thing, right? Because you could look at this and say, look, there's cubism, there's abstract expressionism. Those are all styles, but you have to find your own voice and your own style within that. Like you can't fake your voice. Is even if you do, eventually it's gonna be revealed, and you can't fake an image through your art. After you've created thousands of works that represent you as an artist, but you can't just have 5 works, 6 works. So you have to have thousands. That's just my opinion. Or hundreds, like to find your voice and your style, and creating exactly the way an artist creates, and then yeah, I mean that would be stealing. But inspiration is everywhere. We all get inspired subconsciously, whether we think about it or not. But it's all based off of how you're gonna react, and if you're an artist or whatever, react to that inspiration. Like if the inspiration fuels a vision And I don't know, art is tricky because I look at art and design. I feel like so many companies run with other artists' designs because it's easy to run with a design, but a vision, an artist's vision can't be fake because for me it's for life. Like, so a vision can never be fake, but you can copy all designs all you want. It's copy and paste, but a vision you can't replicate a lifelong vision. Like, this is my life. So it's like you can't recreate a voice. Eventually it's gonna die out. A vision you can fake your whole life, but I mean the real people are gonna see through it anyway. And I don't know how far that gets you, but I don't know. Maybe it does take people far or this and that. But Coke or Pepsi, Coke. If you give me Pepsi in a Coke bottle, I notice right away, and it messes me up. And that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, yeah. Companies copy each other. No, it's not about companies copying each other. I'm saying companies taking literally other artists and designers' designs and what's it called, and utilizing them as their clothing designs. Like, that's a prime example. Like, there's a lot of companies who will go online and look at people's clothing designs, an upcoming designer or anybody, whatever, and create it in a mass fashion. It happens all day. There's a lot of cases right now that painters, artists, contemporary artists, um, who are finding their designs mass produced in other companies or other people, so it's like that type of copying is more of a company copying a design, not an artist copying a design. But you know that's a different type of AI is never going to replicate a real artist's vision. They can only replicate the artist's vision in that moment. So the AI would have to grow with that artist in order to continue that same vision, or it's going to have to recreate its own vision and its own voice along that wave. It never gets fed any more pieces of that person. So AI is never going to be a threat to artists. You're only going to have artists utilizing AI um, as a medium to create art, and I fuck with that. Like, I don't think too many people are too much against AI, but like at the end of the day, there are real artists out here who are utilizing AI to create AI specific works, and that's their mission. And that's more than just art. That's science. That's technology. It's a different type of art creation, and it's dope. I don't think stealing other people's art through that is a way to do it, but I think it's the same way as a physical artist recreating abstraction, and to say that their original is absurd unless you're adding your own twist to it, which is the same thing. Which an artist utilizing AI, let's say in that context, if it utilized somebody else's work but made its own twist out of it, I mean, you can just say it's the same concept as a regular artist, physical artist doing the same thing with a physical work and creating an abstract work or creating a landscape and putting your own twist to that same corner landscape that 100 other artists have also replicated, but in their own vision, in their own with their own eye. So I just think that's the same way. Now, if you use AI to actually replicate a whole, copy a whole style directly is a whole different thing. But those people are never gonna last anyway. It's just gonna fool people, and that's about it. AI uses your artwork on Instagram to make. That's what a lot of people. People could remove their art off Instagram all they want. Anywhere you have your art online, it's all being scraped by different ads and different it's all data is being scraped. You don't need to be on Instagram to get your artwork. And if you don't want your art on Instagram, then that means you don't want your art on your website. You don't want your art anywhere online. That means you don't want in our career. So I don't know, bro. My like there's no way to go around that one. So I don't know. Those are just people just really in their head, and I feel bad because you can't run away. We're gonna how you gonna show people your art? Once you put it on your website, it's already scraped. So by data brokers and everything. So it's the same thing. There's no other way to go around it besides actually copywriting your work. Like copywriting each individual work. And that's a lot of money. Ain't nobody doing that. And as a regular, like, just everyday creator. So it's not really, it's useless. People need to learn how to just work with it and not worry about an AI taking their art. It's already stolen. There's nothing you're gonna do about that one. It's like a lot of these artists taking on their artwork act like it directly is stealing. Nah, man, it's not directly targeting you as a person. It already took everything that's been online already. There's nothing you can do. Most people don't even know you can. Most people don't know that you can go online right now and look at things that people already deleted from their website or Instagram and backtrack dates up until a certain point and see their Instagram or what their website looked like before they erased it. So I don't know why people worry about all that. These are just things people don't know. Like, Instagram is doing a better job now, but it's still not as effective because anybody can go on there, and if they want to, they can take your Instagram link, post it on there, and now it's recorded for life. So that's something most people don't know. But deleting something off of your Instagram up until a certain date, maybe 2020, shit, maybe 2021 or 2, I want to say, it was almost automatically scraped. But if you go on there right now, you can see how your Instagram or anything on the internet looked like in the past before something was deleted. So, and that's not there to like scare people. That's there for data. That's there for authentication. That's there for misinformation that's also put out there too. So I mean, nobody's gonna do nothing about AI. AI's been out there. It's just more in the public eye now. People are worried about the wrong things. People need to be more worried about how to how to maneuver the internet safely, because there's people out here talking to AI, giving their bank information, thinking it's safe. It's more really about learning how to use the internet safely. Because now everything everything you put out there is out there. That's that. So your personal information is really just learn how to be safe as possible. That's what I just say. I made a collection based off of AI too. That one's coming. I can't wait to show you guys that one too. It was so I did a whole collection based off of AI, and then I actually spoke to ChatGPT, told it that I was creating a piece based off of AI and ChatGPT, and it's going to be a collaboration between me and ChatGPT in the sense of me asking ChatGPT um, what it wants to tell the world, and whatever it told me in that moment, I just wrote it down on the canvas. So it wasn't a collaboration in the sense of it created the artwork. It was the conversation itself. And that one was when ChatGPT first was like, just came out 2022. And it was just getting like popular or whatever. And I was kind of just playing with that and playing with the scared emotion that everybody's gonna have in the future. Now we're here and everything is like, I'm looking back at those works and I'm like, yeah. And I still have to add stuff to that. So it's gonna be nice to use more of Chat GPT's growth in the sense of what it wants to write now in 2026. Do you think the same thing applies to AI music? Yeah. Well, I mean, not in the sense of recreating a song in Drake's voice. That is that's the same concept as just recreating an artist painting. Um, yeah, like and then well, yeah, recreating an artist painting and then putting the artist's name behind it. That's like you're not even stealing. You're that's fraud. It's dope though. I think it's dope that they could do that, but you're not going anywhere with it as an artist by putting an AI song and then put Drake. But the artists who are utilizing AI to create certain music or whatever, I mean, that's a whole different thing. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't see anything wrong with it. AI is never going to paint my work for me, so I'm good with it. I mean, I don't know why people AI can only create digital. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have robots, but that's another one. Yeah, I'll be right back though. I do need to. I am hungry. I'm back. If anybody's still here, I'm back. I do appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Ah, damn, man. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. As a fan, I kind of appreciate it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if Unlock a Paradox is still in here, but as a fan, I kind of appreciated that. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I'm not too familiar if the company, like, if his label released music like that, to be honest, but if they're the ones doing it, to me it's different because they're the ones doing it. It's like if I was dead, I wouldn't mind, whoever, if I left somebody my estate and they started doing things to bring my voice out while I was dead, I would love that. That's like a different phase that, you know what I'm saying? I'm already dead, so it's like it's just allowing others to experience me through that, if that was the case. And I appreciate you tuning in as well, cartooning with Chris. That's my name too, Chris. That's funny. This one is done. Still, the only thing I'm looking at is the halo itself. Probably gonna add one more color over that, and then that's coming off the wall. Put in this pile next to me. If anybody's in here, let me know how you feel about this piece, if you feel comfortable sharing your thoughts. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to restart the live. I'm going to get things going again. I'm going to pump out, we're going to see what we can do for this morning over here.